Welcome everybody to MJ Does Comedy 713 on TikTok and Milto ENT on all streaming platforms. Today's episode of my podcast is going to be an ongoing series. I'm going to probably upload up to 3+ more podcast episodes of some pretty interesting things. So for today's episode, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite individual rappers on planet Earth, and it's NBA Youngboy. Yeah, I know. People have a love-hate relationship with NBA Youngboy. But it's some NBA Youngboy drama and some beef right now. And I'm going to tell y'all who his beef is about and how it started. So I'm going to let y'all hear the clip.
What's the truth? He's trash. He's horrible. He is horrible. He is horrible. He is really, 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 really bad. As a rapper or a person? I don't know him as a person. Oh, okay. I'm only speaking about music. Yeah.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, for you older people, that's Joe Budden. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think I remember Joe Budden in front of one of the, I think Def Jam Fight for New York games. And also, I remember him beefing with one of the Migos. I think it was Quavo or one of them. And every time I look up, Joe Budden is always hating off a lot of rappers. And I heard somebody say from No Jumper, Adam 22's channel, that NBA Youngboy had a wave. Did Joe Budden have a wave? And I'm kind of mad I didn't do my podcast episode about that when I heard about it, because I was going to say the exact same thing. NBA Youngboy may have fans and he may have haters. He may have haters. But at the end of the day, NBA Youngboy fan base is huge. And I do agree. As an NBA Youngboy fan, I'm very truthful. I am very honest. I'm a very honest podcaster. I say stuff people don't want to say. And one thing I'm going to say is NBA Youngboy's music is absolutely different. It's different. But I'm not a fan of Tyler Perry anymore. Although I still kind of support him and watch his shows. And I'm going to get to the point. The Tyler Perry wave has started. I think of NBA Youngboy and Tyler Perry as the same spectrum a little bit. Because both NBA Youngboy and Tyler Perry hasn't won any major award shows. They not showcased a lot. Both of them have a lot of backlash and hate amongst a lot of people. I for sure am a Tyler Perry hater, because I hate that he exploited God for monetary gain. Then after that, he started making movies and TV shows about black women being abusive. Then his shows talk about homophobia and pedophilia. It's a lot going on, but at the end of the day, Tyler Perry has a huge fan base and he hasn't won any award shows, but my boy almost a billionaire. Same thing for NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy has been in and out of the news, has been controversial. He's a great artist, but he hasn't even won a Grammy. And it sucks. But it's always going to be somebody that's going to hate off you no matter what. Somebody irrelevant is going to hate off you no matter what. And with NBA Youngboy, Joe Budden, to me, I don't know many Joe Budden songs. I honestly don't know many Joe Budden songs. I'm about to probably pull up a Joe Budden song. I'm going to do Joe Budden's famous song. And if I know it, I'm like, okay, I know that. But other than that, I honestly can't find many famous songs from him. All right, he got a song right here. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play this after this ad, because every time I do a video, it's always an ad. All right, let's go. Let me see if it's a banger. All right, let's skip this. I don't know. Alright, let's play another song. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just hate that everybody, forgive me for what I'm about to say, that beef with Youngboy either be irrelevant or end up dying. Which sucks. It sucks severely that everybody that speaks on this guy's name either die or they become irrelevant. And it genuinely sucks. Because NBA Youngboy is on house arrest right now, living in Utah. Out of all places, Utah. I don't know about Utah, but that really don't seem like a fun city. And he is staying out of trouble. So, if he's staying out of trouble and barely being on social media, why are people consistently bothering him no matter what? I just don't get it. Every time I look up at somebody, always hating off NBA Youngboy. And it's kind of like, bro is still sitting at home making more money than but pretty much all his fan base and all his haters combined. And he literally sitting up here minding his business, trying to better himself. But it's always somebody irrelevant trying to say something. I could have sworn a while back Soulja Boy was saying somebody NBA Youngboy. Soulja Boy got a couple hits, but the reason why Soulja Boy is successful is because he's funny and he has other sources of income, meaning a game system, TikTok, OnlyFans, a lot of stuff. So Soulja Boy is doing something, but at the end of the day, same thing with him. Soulja Boy is okay, but he only got famous currently because Drake, Tyga, Beyonce just roasted him being funny. Can Soulja Boy be a great comedian? Absolutely. But Soulja Boy think he's one of the greatest rappers alive, although he is one of the first few YouTubers to blow up on YouTube with his rap songs. He's generating numbers and everything. So Crank That Soulja Boy was a jam back in the day. But again, I feel like with the NBA Youngboy, Joe Budden beef, everybody needs to stay in their lane. Because if nobody is bothering you and they doing their own thing, why are you tripping? Like, this man is literally minding his business and you are being weird, hating off him. And there's so many people that do that. And I feel like if you are making your own money and having your own bag and securing your bag and doing your thing, why are you worried about another man? Why are you worried about another man? All right, I think I pulled the clip of Joe Budden. I don't know if this is clickbait or what, of NBA Youngboy and Joe Budden. Give me a minute. I'm going to let the clip play. But before the clip plays, just want to make sure you all have a great day. Keep your head up no matter what. Be the warrior that God has ordained you to be, no matter what. Because you always going to have a hater. All right, here we go.
I'm still in the top 10, pussy ass nigga. Don't speak on me, I don't play that shit. Don't rat on me neither, you pussy bitch. Man, bro. I said, don't that please no to the old stupid dumb bitch. Your dick don't even get hard no more. Count ass nigga. You ain't no sabotaging me, bitch. Fuck on
now,
that nigga, man. Don't rat on me. Don't rat on me, bitch.
Now, one thing about Kentrell, he's a Libra like me. His birthday is the day before mine. And I can agree. I have something to say. I don't believe in that theology, astrology crap, but sometimes I kind of can believe it. One thing about us Libras, we kind of stay to ourselves and we be reserved. And if we are being bothered or harassed and we literally minding our business, that's where we're going to snap and go off. It's times where I just mind my business and out of the blue, somebody just bothers me consistently. And sometimes I let it go. But then after a while, I'm like, okay, I'm about to go off on you. I'm not going to go off on the person and curse them out and go crazy, but I'm going to just keep going off of them in an intelligent way and point out their flaws. Youngboy kind of shouldn't have yelled, but hey, that's his demeanor. That's him. All right, that's him. And it's like pushing a button. It's like one of those buttons that's like, how do you say it? It's like a button where you say don't press it, but you keep pressing that button, you keep pushing it, keep pushing it, keep pushing it, keep pushing it, and it's not working. But eventually, once that button works and you keep pressing that button, all hell's going to break loose. An explosion is going to occur. Something bad is going to happen. A vibration is going to occur. Something's going to crash. Something is going to ignite. And I think the button's constantly being pushed with Youngboy because, again, if I'm like, I want to be a celebrity. I want to be an actor and a director and a comedian. If, not saying house arrest, but say, for instance, knock on wood, if we be in some type of second type of COVID, second type of world, whatever you call it, second type of crisis, world crisis, let's just say that. And I'm at home doing my thing, making my content. I'm happy. I'm not bothering absolutely nobody. Making my money building. I'm happy. My self-esteem building, my energy building. I'm meditating with God, meditating with Christ, and doing my thing. That out of nowhere, some hater come out of nowhere bothering me. I'm going to say something. Especially if it's somebody that's like a legend like Joe Budden. So it's like if you are a well-known name in the industry, well, kind of irrelevant, but if you're a well-known name in the industry, or you like somebody that's supposed to be my mentor, or somebody I'm supposed to look up to, you older than me, or you got more experience than me, and I'm just beginning into the game, or I'm a rookie in the game, or I'm a sophomore in the game, and I'm doing way better than you ever did in your whole entire career, because I can't be touched. That's the confidence I have. And you come for me, then when the consequences go and I go off on you, then people are gonna be like, bro, why you mad? And with the NBA Youngboy situation, I feel like Joe Budden shouldn't have said nothing. And even me with a podcast, my podcast is the most different podcast in the world. I talk about a lot of things on my podcast. I can go one day talking about rap. I go one day talking about video games, wrestling, anime, you name it. I can even go one day talking about mental health or scamming, because I separate myself from the content. Although I could probably get more followers and subscribers to my channels if I stick to one genre. But sometimes you got to be different, because yeah, you could do one genre of things, but sometimes you got to do subgenres. Sometimes you got to do different topics, because I want to attract different audiences. And like Youngboy, it's different audiences that like him. It's some younger people and older people that like him. It's some younger people that hate him and older people that hate him. At the end of the day, I always learn, if you doing something right and somebody talking about you, simple. I deal with it all the time. Sometimes it works, sometimes with my content, with me just doing my thing, minding my business, being positive because of my personality, and somebody always got to go out of their way to hate, out of their way to post a negative comment, out of their way to dislike. Or sometimes some people see that my content is so good, they don't even want to support me and hate off me. And that's how I feel about NBA Youngboy. A lot of people see that he has talent and want to just hate off him. And I just hate that as the African American community, we tear each other down so much. So much. I see so many videos of African American people. It could be funny. Sometimes it could be serious, where somebody doing something good and then homeboy hating. Or somebody doing something good and somebody hating. Or somebody doing so good and they just posting a negative comment to tarnish this person. Or my favorite, when somebody has changed, even if they was the most horrible individual on earth or did some messed up things in their past, and they owned up to it and built themselves to be better. And then people just look back on their past or dig severely deep and say, oh man, I remember when you did this. And then boom, this person is canceled. Or boom, this person loses their fan base. So instead of tearing people down, Joe, build Youngboy up. We know Youngboy is going through some things. And mental health is not a joke. But mental health or not, you should not be bothering a person that ain't said nothing to you. Then you go back and forth and make another video about the man. Oh, see, I lost my train of thought. So with content creators, sometimes we got to make content that get us views. And that right there probably will be Joe Budden's most viewed podcast episode. about NBA Youngboy saying he sucked. Similar to the most viewed Breakfast Club episode would probably be when Birdman went off on all the Breakfast Club for being messy, because they are all messy. So it's always something you have to do to spark up views for people. But part of me feel like Button mainly did it for views. 50% of him did it for views, and 50% of it did it because he's a hater. Because Joe Budden, to me, is not a household name. NBA Youngboy is a household name. Even some older people I know heard of him. If I had some older people, some older people know Joe Budden, but they don't. If we look up net worth of Joe Budden and NBA Youngboy, I guarantee you. Actually, matter of fact, let's look it up right now. Then I'm gonna close this podcast episode. Now, maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. So I'm about to look up. Hold on. I'm about to look up Joe Budden and NBA Youngboy. My internet is very slow today, so just bear with me. But I already know, and I could predict that Youngboy's net worth is going to be higher. Now, if not, that says something. If Joe Budden's is low. If Joe Budden's net worth is low, and he's been in the game for a minute, something's severely wrong with that. All right, so let's look up Joe. All right. Oh. All right, so according to Celebrity Net Worth and Hot Hip Hop, $6 million. Okay. All right. Well, maybe I'm wrong. $6 million? That's not that bad. But he's been in the game for a minute. But hey, $6 million is not bad. All right, let's look up NBA Youngboy net worth. Oh, wow. So, two sources said Youngboy's net worth, Ledger Note says, is $8 million. Then another site says $6 million. Okay, so I'm going to say this. I think I started listening to Youngboy in 2015, 2016. Joe Budden's been in the game for 2 decades. 20 years, let's say, or more. In a span of 20 years, you made $6 million. In a span of, I don't feel like doing the math. But on the span of 5+ years, Youngboy's made that much money, $8 million. Then you have to remember, he has kids. So you don't know about that child support. So you got to probably calculate that. Let's just say 1.2 million or 1.5 million. So let's just say Youngboy's worth 10 million or something. More of the story is, and it's something I have to work on. More of the story is, you're worth this much for these decades, yet this dude is worth this much not even half the time that you've been in the game. And yet, just like me, I'm podcasting. I'm podcasting because I want to build my brand and I'm passionate, and also I want to make money. But for you to be a celebrity, Joe Budden, to hate off a 23-year-old, however young boy, I think he's 23, a 23-year-old man, and you by 50 or 60, and he's making way more money than you within the half span of your lifetime or whatever, that says a whole lot. A whole lot. And you're podcasting to make money. But yet, this man is under house arrest, generating music videos from his couch, from his studio, from his backyard, his front yard, his bathroom, his living room, wherever, any part of the house, producing music, just like you doing in your studio with podcasting, because you can't release no music because your music's trash. And You hating off him, saying he's trash. Then a lot of fake fans is agreeing with Joe Budden, saying Youngboy done fell off. And I did say it. Youngboy's music is different. It is a little different. Not gonna lie, it's not how it used to be. But sometimes you gotta change up the style. It's similar to NLE Chopper. NLE Chopper past few songs wasn't it. Now he's going back to the old Chopper. But no matter what happens, if Youngboy stayed the same Youngboy, I guarantee you this will happen. Man, I love NBA Youngboy, but his style is the same. No matter what, people are gonna complain. They go complain no matter what. So no matter what you do, a person is gonna complain. Everybody isn't satisfied with something. You can be the most perfect person on the world and you're not satisfied. And I'm a Christian. I'm a man of God. I learned that Jesus was the most perfect in the world. Yet people still hate off Christians, hate off Jesus and everything. Even the devil himself used to be an angel. But yet people always blaming the devil for their problems. The devil don't got nothing to do with your problems. It's you. And that's what annoys me about people. When they have the internal insecurity, they want to project that on other people. Meaning, Joe Budden's internal insecurity is he know that he's trash and he can't rap anymore. Therefore, you're attacking somebody that's relevant and that's making more money than you. That's gonna probably make whose net worth is gonna be way more than you when he get his age. Now, Youngboy should be making more money, but hey, most of these young rappers these days spend their money. I guarantee you if I was 16 when he started rapping, I'd be spending money too. But at the end of the day, Youngboy is he's going to be a household name. He's going to be a household name like Tupac. He's going to be relevant. I guarantee you, if Pac was alive right now, and he was a young rapper, or even him being an older rapper, a person like Joe Budden to hate off him. You hated off a couple people from the Migos. Every time you look up in the headlines, Joe Budden is constantly hating off people. And for Breakfast Club being one of the messiest podcasts on earth, especially Charlamagne the God, well, they're not messy no more. They have changed. I have to give them that. But I guarantee you, Joe Budden needs to be a donkey of the day because he is a grown man getting into it with younger generation people like the Migos people, NBA Youngboy, and countless other rappers down talking them. And if somebody end up popping him in his mouth, slapping him or beating him down, people are going to be like, you're wrong. Then it's going to be violence. Then people going to be dying. It's unnecessary. So I feel like if you think you're better than NBA Youngboy, and to prove somebody like me wrong, if I was in your position, Joe, I would continue my podcasting and I'd try to produce one of the best rap songs ever in the history of rap. That's the mindset I have. I say, okay, if I'm Joe Budden, if NBA Youngboy is garbage, if NBA Youngboy trash and I hate him, and they keep talking about I got the #1 album, this, that, and the fourth, I say, bet, little dude. I wouldn't say it loud. I'll move in silence. I'll move in silence and make a good hit that'll blow all the rappers off the map. But instead, Joe's going to be on a podcast. Every time you look up, he's going to probably be down to some rapper. Watch and see. Watch and see. Because one thing about my podcast, I predict stuff. And every prediction I'd have is correct. It's correct. I did it with the Scream movie. I already know what direction it's going. It's going to happen. I did it with WWE with CM Punk and Randy Orton. I called it. It's just, I know stuff. God gave me a talent and a gift. And I guarantee you, somebody else is going to come along and Joe Budden's going to hate off them. But eventually, it's going to end up being worse for him. Way worse. So, Joe, tread lightly.